Open Your Eyes is brought to you by the Belize Bank, our country, your bank, and Smart, bringing people together.
Live from the GBM studios in Belize City, it's Open Your Eyes. Start your morning right with your hosts, Sabrina Daly and Paul Lopez.
Good morning and welcome to Open Your Eyes.
Start your morning right.
I'm Sabrina Daly.
And I'm Paul Lopez.
And good morning, Paul.
Good
Happy
morning.
Thursday. How we doing?
Doing fine. It's Thursday morning. And,
It is.
I'm thankful for life. I'm thankful for so many things this morning.
Yeah, certainly. The same. You know, I reflect on the fact that we're winding down in the week, and I'm looking forward to some much-needed rest this weekend. And I know a lot of you guys as well might be in the same position, just waiting for that Friday. We have a co-worker here, right, Paul? I don't know if you've heard Darrell say this, but on a Monday, on a Monday morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, you want to say, "Good morning, Darrell." Here I say, "It's Friday." And I always chuckle when I hear it, because on Friday he says it and then I would say, "Yes, Darrell, it is Friday." And so we're waiting for Friday, and I'm waiting for him to say that tomorrow.
You know, Joel Osteen, the pastor Joel Osteen, is a very controversial figure in the church. Years ago, he wrote a book called Every Day is Friday. And it's essentially bringing out and explaining this idea that people are the happiest on Friday.
Yeah.
In some cases, people are the most productive on Friday, and because they look forward to the weekends, right? Similar fashion when people look forward to their holiday, which is like if your holiday is the next day, you're going for a vacation, you're excited. And in the book, he tried to guide people on how to make every day a Friday, not literally, but through those feelings and those emotions and that mental position. So I like when people do things like that.
I like that too. I do like that, actually. I never thought of it. I don't think Darrell is thinking that deeply into it, though.
Yeah, but when he says it, I always think of it like, you know what? Yeah, today on Friday. We could make
Friday.
Make today Friday. So
All
we'll
right.
make today Friday.
Well, let's jump into our show lineup. I know that we have some wonderful conversations to look forward to. Perhaps we can begin with a really important conversation that I've been seeing trending online, Paul. There were people talking about alcohol consumption and whatnot.
Yeah.
So that's also one of them that I know we'll be touching on.
100%, Sabrina. We'll be looking at the effects of alcohol abuse and the journey toward recovery in our first conversation. Very important discussion to have. And so if you want to learn more about what that journey looks like, or if you find yourself in a position where you want to take that journey towards freedom as well, then that's a conversation for you, even if you want to support a family member. In our second conversation, it's all about the Yabra fish market. Listen, I was there at the launch of that fish market. Top-notch thing. Those fishermen in that community, they're very grateful for this development, and so we'll have the persons responsible for this initiative in with us, even a fisherman from that community. And then in our third conversation, it's all about the Belize Diabetes Association as they chart a new path forward, new leadership, new vision, new energy. It's all about Belize Diabetes Association.
I always look forward to having conversations with the Belize Diabetes Association. It's so rich, and you know, diabetes is one of those illnesses that it's hard to find someone that's not affected by it. So I'm looking forward to each and every one of the conversations, though. But guys, we got to jump into some other topics that we also think you should know before you leave your homes this morning. Now, I want to begin with perhaps the conversation that is still trending right now, Paul. I know that yesterday, Isani and I made our attempt to dissect the HPV vaccine conversation with the Catholic Diocese schools that put out a statement essentially saying that they rejected the Ministry of Health coming on their school compound to issue these vaccinations. We heard from many parents online. We saw people giving their statements and their thoughts on it, saying this is blocking a right to health. And so we are going to be continuing that conversation because we recently also saw a statement from the Belize Cancer Society responding to recent diocesan statement on HPV vaccination. We'll be looking at that. And then we also want to look at a story, really a series, Paul, that you've been putting together for the better part of the week, looking at the prices and beating the prices, really the cost of living at different stores across the country. I believe you started down south. You were in Dangriga and you looked at several different stores. And oftentimes, Paul, I remember hearing people saying, if I find out that a shilling extra or shilling less somewhere else, I go in for that. And I could never make sense of it. Now I could, because I realized someone had 75 cents. And really, Paul, I have to say I appreciated the one that you did here in Belize City, because myself as a shopper, I definitely visit most of these stores. And so hopefully we can also talk about that. We'll also be looking at Belize marking 52 years in CARICOM, some regional news. That is huge. Perhaps we can speak about the impacts of CARICOM and what we can expect in the future. And also, Canada warns travelers following Belize's SOE. We also know that yesterday, or I believe 2 days ago, the United States Embassy, they also issued a statement warning about safety concerns as it relates to the SOE that was recently put in place. And then finally, Placencia demands answers as mystery dredging targets sensitive lagoon. And so that is also something that has been trending in the news for the past 2 nights as well. But Paul, let's jump into it. I know that we can perhaps begin with the HPV vaccines. And as I mentioned, this all really began way beyond this week. Isani alluded to it yesterday as well. Before my time working here on air, I can tell you that much. I know that being a part of the school system, we as girls would have encountered somewhere or another, getting that HPV vaccine. I honestly can't remember if I did. I can't remember what vaccines I have, if I'm completely honest, but I imagine I have an HPV vaccine. And there was chatter about it. There was chatter about it during that time when it was initially brought to the scenes. I think that was around before 2016, but there's a statement that we saw yesterday. And so we know that the recent conversation coming on the scenes, we saw the Catholic Diocese schools put out a statement essentially saying that they reject it, and that this goes back to Bishop
Doric Wright,
following even principles that he, had on, or thoughts or values that he had on this matter back then. And then, of course, parents came in, gave their thoughts on it. These children, they have a right to health. And, as long as parents give their consent, what's the issue, right? And then we even heard from Church Senator Louis Wade Jr. yesterday saying that they're not saying that the church is anti-vaccine. And then we heard from the Cancer Society yesterday, really dropping what I think is like bombshell information, Paul. And so I'll toss it over to you now.
Yeah, and then I'll toss it right back to you after. I was telling you earlier, Sabrina, that I've never really thought of having a conversation on HPV vaccines.
Yeah, why?
Simply because, one, I guess as a man and a young boy going through school, it was never a conversation that was had with us. I guess it's primarily a conversation that would have been held with my mother for my sisters, right? And so, one, it was never something that I really gave any thought to. But now I have a daughter.
Yeah.
And it's a part of the conversations I'll have to have with my wife, and at some point in the future, and a part of the deliberation we'll have to make. I think, though, that at this point it appears to me as if the church is a bit misguided in their approach. The Roman Catholic Diocese of Belize City and Belmopan, a bit misguided, if I can say that, because what we've seen is May 5th, 2026 letter from Reverend Father Jordan Gongora, and he speaks of this matter, saying that please note that the diocese, and if we could bring up that particular one, that's the May 5th, 2026 letter.
Yes.
He says, please note that the diocese does not permit any health officials or medical personnel to conduct HPV vaccination programs on the ground of our Catholic schools. This has been a long-standing position of the diocese dating back to the time of Bishop Doric Wright,
Yes.
and it continues to guide our practice today. We appreciate your understanding and cooperation. So this is this month, only a few days ago. But when you look back now to the 2016 letter from the very same bishop, the Bishop Doric Wright from 2016, it, to me, based on how I read it and my interpretation,
It's like
sends
they
off a
supported it.
different message.
Yeah.
It's more a message of support. So this is what I'm saying. There seems to be a level of misguidance, if you would. So let's look at that 2016 letter briefly, right? So it says, let's go, last year representatives of the Belize Cancer Society Ministry of Health came to talk to us about it. Second paragraph, we go through the second paragraph. Let's look at the last one, the last paragraph. Therefore, because the first two paragraphs talks about consultations with the Ministry of Health and discussions with the Cancer Society about introducing this vaccine in the schools.
And also referencing like international bodies and
And then there's
organizations.
studies, etc., right? But the last part says, therefore, after all of these discussions, the Roman Catholic Church and the Catholic Public Schools Management has decided to collaborate with the Ministry of Health and the Belize Cancer Society to provide the opportunity for girls in Standard 4 classes to receive the HPV vaccine in Catholic public schools. Parents must first be educated about the vaccine, its effects and potential side effects, and a vaccination consent form must be signed by a parent or the person who acts as a parent for each child before they receive the vaccination.
Which is the standard already.
Right. So the vaccination is not required, so a parent's decision for or against their child receiving the vaccine must be respected. And my understanding is that from this position, certain things were put in place, like that consent form, like ensuring that parents are aware of what is taking place. So when the church comes out this month, came out this month to say that they're taking the position of Reverend Doric Wright, then you have to ask if truly they are, because of what we're seeing from the 2016 letter there, right? And it's just a bit of information for us to ponder upon and to really think about whether or not the church is going backwards versus moving forward with this discussion based on the position taken a decade ago, really. And what I hear Senator Louis Wade arguing is that there is a difference between consent and informed consent. And I think that this letter from 2016 speaks to that as well. Because the letter from 2016, the Reverend Doric Wright's letter, speaks to ensuring that parents are educated. And so I think that is where the church and the ministry can collaborate further to provide a greater level of education so that parents understand, and then they can make more of an informed decision. So if you want to look at collaborating and going forward, then I think that's the right approach. The Cancer Society now has joined the discussion, and it is the Cancer Society that is really bringing up this whole conversation about two messages, or mixed messaging, if you would, comparing the 2016 letter to the church's position today. And the Belize Cancer Society is essentially arguing to say, hey, this is a serious thing. We understand the real life implications of it. We deal with patients on an annual and on a monthly basis, and they are concerned that there's this level of mixed messaging where this HPV vaccination is concerned in Catholic schools.
So you say mixed messaging. I think people think it's a straight up lie, Paul. I saw a comment from Mish saying somebody didn't do their homework.
Somebody not do their homework.
Somebody never do their homework. Is it because there's a personal agenda involved here? And so I think it's important for us to acknowledge that. It's extremely frustrating. Month after month, year after year, we have different bodies, persons with their own experiences, one way or another, with different cancers come on this couch. And we know, Paul, that cervical cancer is prevalent in Belize. It's also one of those cancers that are preventable, not only from screening, but from the vaccination. Aside from breast cancer, which we always hear of frequently as well, cervical cancer, I believe, is the second leading cancer in the country, but it's also the one with the highest female deaths in the country. And so if we know that we have the solution right in our hands to vaccinate ourselves, sexually active or not, why not take it? I don't understand. I can't piece together the sense of that all. We've never said that these children are sexually active. And so I'm just hoping that beyond just that part itself, we're able to find the reason and the rationality behind this whole vaccination in the first place.
Yeah, so when it comes to the educational aspect, the Belize Cancer Society also points out another key detail in their press release. The Belize Cancer Society says that in 2016, in collaboration with the Ministry of Health, they engaged in nationwide consultation and educational discussions with leaders of the Catholic Church and schools, administrations, principals, teachers, and parents regarding the HPV vaccine. So we're speaking about informing people and empowering people through information to make an informed decision. And what the Cancer Society is saying is that they have engaged in this process and that they have worked tirelessly, in a sense, to ensure that parents, teachers, administrations are informed. So again, it goes back to the question as to whether or not the church is moving forward on this issue, or if it is reverting to a position that was perhaps held before 2016, though the church is saying that it is relying on the position from Derek Wright. So.
All right, so I see a comment here from a viewer, Tyler Smith, saying they need to stop having these old men who are far removed from sex or anything sexual health related to make decisions on behalf of women and girls and people in general who are directly impacted by sex and sexual outcomes.
Yeah. So now here is the thing. We'll have to go back to the church today, and we'll have to challenge the church and its leaders and to question whether or not they outrightly lied to the general public in terms of the 2016 position.
I need you to ask, Paul, you lie or you just forget?
Yeah.
I need you to just say just like that.
Can the man of God lie?
I don't know. We'll see. Well, we'll see what they say. All right. Well, Paul, let's move into another topic of discussion that I know that we also want to jump into. You've been doing a series for the past few days, going in different parts of the country, the check the price that is store.
Yeah.
For the most part, you visited like 3 stores in different parts of the country. And last night, you shared with us 3 stores in Belize City. Now, I know, Paul, you're a budget man, and I appreciate our conversation with you every single time when it comes to financial literacy. So I think this story makes complete sense that you would be leading it.
Yeah.
But here in Belize City, I think it really struck me that there are different stores where you can almost pay $1 extra for certain items. I also appreciated that you included the price control unit in the conversation as well, and they shared some thoughts on perhaps, I guess, different mindsets that we should go into as consumers when we're shopping at the stores.
Yeah, so just 3 things on this. First of all, one of the things that I noticed between Belize City and Dangriga, which was quite eye-opening to me, is that most of the products on my shopping list, I use the same shopping list for both Dangriga and Belize City. Most of the products on my shopping list was actually cheaper in Dangriga, believe it or not, than here in Belize City.
Okay.
Right? So the argument that Dangriga is all the way down south and Belize is very close to a port. Dangriga isn't that close, because if you think Independence or Belize City, that items should be a bit more expensive in Dangriga. Well, I'm beginning to see a trend where Belize City, even though it's closest to the port where a lot of these goods come in, is a lot more pricier than Dangriga. So that's one thing I've taken keen note of. Another thing I've taken keen note of in terms of what impacts or influences prices on the shelves is has to do with the size of these grocery stores and the volume at which they purchase. Grocery stores that are much bigger, or in many cases, as we've learned in other investigations, partner with each other to buy at larger volumes, they get discounts and deals on their purchases. So then that should pass down, that discount and that deal from the wholesale purchase should pass down as a cheaper price to the consumer on the shelf. Whereas smaller businesses like Sam's, for example, which is Belizean owned, can only purchase at small quantities. One, because their shelf space is small, so they run the risk of having to deal with expired goods if they buy at large quantities. And 2, the products just don't move so fast off the shelves. And when you purchase at smaller quantities, then you end up in a situation
where you can't bargain as well.
Where you can't bargain as well. And so the price is higher when you purchase wholesale at smaller quantities. And so now you go in, you put your product on the shelf, and you have to account for that. And so a consumer goes into your store and says, man, price is higher, yeah. But that's one of the factors, volume of purchase. And another thing that I found interesting that the Controller of Supply stated is that location is becoming less and less of a factor when it comes to the price of goods, in that he is saying that based on their studies, when they look at the invoices for stores in Belize City and Belmopan, for example, what they're realizing is that stores in Belize City and Belmopan are paying almost the same price to wholesalers for products. So it's, in essence, it's not like, oh, because you did a Belmopan and we the Bonmore Gas would transport this thing, we want to charge you more for it, and so then you will have to charge your customers more. No, what the Controller of Supply is saying is that their studies are showing that Belmopan stores and Belize City stores are essentially paying wholesalers and distributors the same thing. And how is this possible? Well, he told me that if he gets into all the details, he'll give away business secrets in terms of how they make it happen, or business practices. But essentially, businesses are finding ways, wholesalers are finding ways, because of how competitive the market, to absorb some of that price and ensure somewhat of a level playing field. Because I want to compete with other wholesalers and distributors in Belmopan, I'm going to try to keep the prices low. But what's interesting is that there are products that wholesalers are selling at a cheaper rate because of the competitive nature of the market at that level, but retailers are not taking down their prices in many instances, and that's a conversation we had and something we need to further ventilate.
Do you have like specific items that they might have mentioned?
Yes, so one of the specific items mentioned, well, in a category, one of the specific category that the control of supplies mentioned had to do with dairy products that comes through the northern border. There are distributors and wholesalers that are saying we are competing, we have high competition in this space, and so we're bringing down our prices. But you, the supplies control unit, needs to look into this, because when it reaches the shelf, the consumer is not feeling that relief. Retailers are still keeping the prices high. In fact, they're marking up the prices. And so you actually have some distributors and wholesalers out there that are interested in ensuring that consumers get the best bang for their buck. But some retailers are not interested in that.
So that takes me to a portion of the story that highlighted the concerns about regulated and unregulated goods, right? The ones that the stores, they have the ability to like bump up if they want. They can't do me nothing. This is how I sell it. This is how I sell it. Yeah, you don't like it, yeah, you go somewhere else. The control unit said what?
Yeah, well, they basically said it's left up to market forces. So they don't determine or set prices on unregulated goods. And we're saying unregulated, unregulated means it's not zero taxed and or zero rated, and it is not price controlled, if you would. The price is not regulated by the government of Belize. And they're saying it's essentially up to the market, but it's good and it's bad because it allows retailers to set their prices as high as they want or as low as they want, and there's a percentage that the control supplies unit can look at and say, all right, the price gouge now. And it is also an opportunity for shoppers to shop around and say, oh, well, we don't support you because your price is too high. We're going over here. And that is what these stores seek to do. We seek to empower consumers with information and knowledge so that they can decide for themselves where to buy. But it's not easy because you're the bonnet that gas to go from one store to the next. To me, that's the downside.
That's what I was going to say next. Based on the information that you've acquired and the questions that you've been asking, Paul, do you think it's worth it from a consumer standpoint? I'm going to get into the comments in a second. For us to shop around at different stores, kind of come out to the same thing?
I think if you make it a practice, over time, you begin to understand what is cheapest where, and you could prepare your grocery list accordingly.
Okay.
Right? So if you say, I have 15 items on my grocery list, and over time I have come to learn and understand that I can get these 10, the cheapest here, and I can get these 5, the cheapest over there, then this is how I'll plan my grocery shopping day. Like take, for example, we do it we do it already in many cases. In many cases, at least in my household, for example, I don't practice purchasing vegetables at the grocery store.
Oh, okay.
Because I know if I go to the market, I'll get a better deal in many cases. So I already do it. I already have to go drive the market after the grocery store. I have to get there. And then we'll get into the comment. And then, for example, in many cases, I also don't purchase chicken, like whole chicken and chicken cuts at the grocery store.
You got at it.
Because I got at the source, the outlet, because I know that they don't have to deal with the middleman issues, so the prices are a bit lower. So we already do it in many cases, at least in my household.
All right. Well, let's jump into some of the comments, right? Because we have some viewers sharing their thoughts on the matter. Michelle says here, we have to be careful as well at some of those stores selling $1 cheaper. Most items are close to expire. We also have Sonia Singh saying, the only thing, Paul, you can't compare price with small business like Sam's. You should have used other bigger supermarkets like Save You or DK Supermarket. I love supporting small business when I can. And that's true. I think, though, as Paul was mentioning, Sonia, the issue with some of these smaller stores that you would want to support is they're not able to buy in bigger bulks. And so you will have to pay more. And so that's just the portion of the conversation that we wanted to also have. Michelle says, I buy every other week based on what I am cooking. So there are people who don't necessarily buy perhaps like once a month. Actually, that's a question I want to ask you guys. How frequently do you buy groceries? Do you buy once a month, every payday? I know some people get paid twice a month. Some people get paid weekly. Do you buy your groceries every week, or do you buy it every meal where you cook?
Yeah.
You know? Tyler said, over time, I've learned where to buy my stuff for better prices. I grocery shop per day/meal, and I will stop at 3 to 4 stores to cook one meal to try and get the best prices on everything. Not a great effort for me since I have to pass all the stores on my way home. That's a great point there. Once everything up on a safe stretch, I don't say it shouldn't bother you as much. Michelle said, some items I buy at Brody's on weekends for the discount, some at Publix, and the others at my neighborhood store. Esther says, I have my grocery list already for this weekend because I get paid for 2 weeks. I'm going to the store tomorrow and I will see if anything goes up, high or low. Okay. So I like that. I resonate, I think, more with what Mish was saying. I tend to try to stop at the stores where I know I could get the best deals. Like I know Brody's, they have their discounts on Fridays and Saturdays, I think. And so I kind of like say, okay, there are specific things that I know I want. And I'll take advantage of that discount there.
Yeah, but
I've always appreciated Publix though. I feel like I could stretch my dollar at Publix.
But the truth is, it won't be the cheapest price on everything.
Yeah.
Right? So I guess a lot of people have just come to terms with that I'll get a discount or I'll get the cheapest price on some of the items, but it won't be the cheapest on everything, and I'll just have to live with that. A part of what I'm learning though is that you could, if you really want to do shopping around, you could save $10 to $20.
Yeah.
In some cases, perhaps even a higher $30 to $50, depending on how much you buy when you shop around. And I sat and I said, you can actually save so much money. $1, $2 there, 50 cents here, 75 cents there. By the time you go through 30 items on your grocery list, you got $50 left. Right? But then it takes some driving around, and it really takes some shopping around.
I like what Tyler was saying though. Find that one stretch where most of the stores depend, and that works out conveniently.
That too, yeah.
But Paul, I have to say, and I know that this might be a no-brainer point, but I'm here thinking to myself, man, gone are the days when we just go to the store and drop things in your cart where you feel like, oh yeah, I want it today, I want this tomorrow. We're going in with a list, specific things that we to look for. And, that's specific to me because I meal prep. But I realize now, even for yourself, your family, you guys don't have a specific grocery list of things we want to try purchase every other week or whatever. People are at that point where they can't just freely get something because I feel for that. No, you have tight budgets, and you have to look very strategically at your grocery list, even to the point now of comparing prices at other stores.
Yeah, so we finally we talk about the cost of living. Well, this is the cost of living. Yeah. All right.
Last few comments. If I'm buying poultry, I buy for 2 or 3 weeks, so I don't go every week. Aki said, for those rural areas that are further from the town or city, those that depend on the small grocery store, their prices are ridiculous. And so those are just some comments coming in from viewers. Guys, we appreciate always you guys just engaging with us. It's been a wonderful conversation, and we ask you guys to keep commenting because we have some rich conversations coming up as well. At this time, though, we are going to jump into our weather update, our Eye on the Weather, brought to you by the folks from the National Meteorological Service. Here is our Eye on the Weather, courtesy the National Met Service of Belize. Today's temperatures calls for mostly sunny and warm, but hot inland this afternoon and partly cloudy tonight with little or no rain expected. In terms of temperatures, coastal areas will experience highs of 90 degrees Fahrenheit and dropping to lows of 80. Inland, you can expect a little bit warmer temperatures for highs. That's a 98. However, it's going to drop to quite a chilly 69 degrees Fahrenheit. And then in the hills, 84 degrees for highs and 64 for lows. Our extended forecast for coastal and inland areas and highs and lows. On Friday, you can expect highs of 89, then dropping to lows of 80. That's for coastal areas. Inland, highs of 96 with lows of 69. Saturday and Sunday, this is the weekend now. Highs of 88 and 95 for coastal and inland areas, then dropping to lows of 81 and 71. And then the same for Sunday as well. And then on Monday, highs of 88 and 95 for coastal and inland areas, then dropping to lows of 81 and 72, same as the weekend. The sun rose this morning at 5:20 a.m. and it's set to set at 6:17 p.m. The moon set will take place at 4:15 p.m. and will rise at 4:02 a.m. And the sea state is slight to light chop with winds blowing from the southeast at 5 to 15 knots. The tides, today's high tide will take place at 7:25 a.m. and then a low tide at 2:36 p.m. and then another high tide today at 8:55 p.m. and then tomorrow another low tide at 2:08 a.m. And that does it for our Eye on the Weather, courtesy of the National Met Service. Guys, it's set to be warm today as usual throughout the course of the week so far, so please stay hydrated, and we'll talk more about that later on in the show. Paul?
Excellent, Sabrina. Thanks for that weather update. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the effects of alcohol addiction and the journey to freedom. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Do more than carry. They prepare, they fix, they comfort. They keep a home moving in ways few people notice. And even when the day is done, they are still thinking of home. For the months of May and June, we celebrate the hands that hold the home together, offering you 25% off on tiles, lights, fans, ACs, gardening supplies, and more, both in-store and online. Thank you, moms and dads, from Builders Hardware.
The success of my business means a lot to my family, especially my brother, because I'm continuing his legacy, making butterfly art collages. It was very hard for me to receive payments. I had to go directly to meet the person I'm purchasing from and who I'm selling to receive payment. Because I opened my business account with Atlantic Bank, now I can make and receive payments online, and this has made my job much easier.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Belize wakes up connected to opportunity. And across our country, the work to keep Belize connected continues. SMART continues expanding our network across the country, bringing stronger coverage to more communities. With recent service enhancements in areas at Blue Creek and Progresso, Belize City, Orange Walk, and more on the way. We're bringing education closer to home, empowering entrepreneurs to grow their businesses, supporting industries that drive our economy, and keeping families connected wherever life takes them. With every expansion, we are investing in the infrastructure that moves Belize forward. Because connection isn't just about signal, it's about opportunity, progress, and the future we are building together. SMART, bringing people together.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying tuned with us. This is our first conversation for this morning. And we have joining us on set the director at REMAR, Mr. Stanley Hill, also pastor, right? Yeah. Pastor Stanley Hill. And rehabilitation patient or a member, I would say, at REMAR Belize, Mr. Lee Henkes. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Morning.
It's a pleasure having both of you gentlemen. Mr. Pastor Hill, perhaps we could start by talking a bit about REMAR and how is it that this initiative came to be?
REMAR Belize is a Christian-based rehabilitation center. It was brought into the country in 1997. By Pastor Luis Miguel Santos. He's from Portugal. REMAR International is in 74 different countries worldwide, and REMAR Belize is one of the smaller ones out of all of them. As I said, we're a Christian-based rehabilitation center. Anybody can come in for rehabilitation. It's all free of charge, and they can stay as long as they want to. We try to help as many people, not just for rehabilitation, but people that are homeless, elderly people, anybody that needs help, that we can help to a certain extent, of course. And yes, we are here to help. Whoever needs help.
How did you and your family decide that helping people with addiction was a path you all wanted to take?
I'm not going to go deep into my background or into my testimony, but I was not the nicest of people when I was doing my things, when I was doing drugs and alcohol and gangsterism and all those types of things. So I wasn't the nicest of people. I've been to many rehabilitation centers in South Africa. None of them helped me. When I walked into REMAR South Africa, it was the first place that I actually felt welcome.
Wow.
Of course, there's no medications, anything included. It's all cold turkey, so that was the good thing about it. Instead of replacing one thing with another, it's always the best thing. And my wife came in for drug addiction, very small, but she was she actually came into REMAR South Africa more for domestic abuse. All those types of things. She walked in with two kids with no clothes, no nothing, just the clothes on their backs. And Felicia and I were in the ministry. I was a year before her. I came in 2015, 15th of November 2015. I remember it as it was yesterday. And she was a year later, exactly to the same date, she came in. And a few years later, maybe about 2 years later, we met each other.
Wow.
We got married, and yes.
Wow.
Then we were growing up in the ministry in South Africa, and then they just asked us if we would like to come to Belize, come and help more people, and that's why we're here today.
Yeah, that's such a powerful testimony. And I think, if I remember correctly, because I also sat down with you, Stanley, about 4 or so years ago,
correct, yes,
learning a bit about REMAR's work as well, visiting Jacob's Farm, and also understanding what that process of rehabilitation looks like from REMAR, as you guys call it, a journey to freedom, a journey to rehabilitation and recovery. And so now we have here with us Lee Henkes, one of the persons who also went through this program and can now speak of what that journey to freedom is like. This morning, though, gentlemen, we want to look specifically at alcoholism, the impacts that it has on the population, and perhaps even from your own individual journey and story as well, Mr. Lee. Take me, though, to the point when you realized you needed help.
Okay, the point that I came to was walking across Bell China Bridge on my way home, and all kinds of things was just going through my head, and I go like, I just can't take this no more. I can't. And I don't know if it was God sent or something, but I remember a while back I was working at the prison and I heard about REMAR, and at that time I didn't really pay attention to it. So I crossed the bridge, and when I crossed the bridge I was like really on the rock bottom. I just lost my job. I don't know how I was going to pay my next rent or so forth, you know. and I was going through a relationship that was like, so all those was just in my head and I didn't know what to do. So I walk across the bridge and I remember Remar. At that time, I walked into the office and there was one lady in the office and I asked her, ma'am, how can I get into this program? And she says, you're lucky because at this moment we're going through a transition phase. But if you're interested, you can go to the farm which is located in Bullet Tree. I went to my sister and I sat down and I discussed it with her and she says, brother, I don't have a problem with that. As a matter of fact, here's the money. Go to the farm. So I left and I went to the farm, was at the farm. At that time I didn't know Stanley. I start working on the farm, helping them because I can do construction work, woodwork and so forth. So I start helping them organizing the place. And then I met Mr. Stanley and we start talking and getting to know each other. And the feeling that I got from Remar was not like one that was, how would you say, disciplined or like that. It was more of an open door, like relax yourself, learn the program. It's a Christian-based program, so you have to stay focused on spirituality. And I just start opening up my mind to it and I says, you know what, let me give it a try.
Yeah.
Like I said again, I was going through a rough time. I had a lot of unfinished business. I think I was in this program for 2 years. And I went to Stanley one day and told him, Stanley, you know something, I gotta go. He's like, why? I'm like, there's things I need to go finished. So I left from the program for about a year and a half, huh?
Sure.
And I went out and I lost my mom, I lost my sister, and start falling back into the same track. And I goes, you know what? Start drinking, start smoking, and it start, like I explained to you the last time, it started affecting my life. And I'm a diabetic. And if I didn't stop, the doctor looked at me straight and told me, if you don't stop, you're not going to live too long. That was like, what, 3 or 4 years ago? And I said, Stanley, I need your help. I need your help. He's like, Lee, I ain't got a problem. Welcome back. And since being in the program, it's something that like opened my mind. I start seeing things that I never used to look at, the small things. But one of the most important thing I want to put out there is that in our society we have a tendency to say, I want to do this. But we start doing it, then a little pressure comes on, or start doing, you feel like you're losing it, and you run back to that thing on the wall, alcohol, or whatever that makes you feel good.
What sort of behavior or practices, whether daily or otherwise, made you realize, though, that you had an issue, that you had an addiction issue?
Lies. Sounds simple, right? But lies. You're lying to yourself, you're lying to your people around you, and you're realizing that, no, this isn't right. Because it's not getting better, it's getting worse. And some people let it go and they just suffer in it and go down because it's like a situation where you don't want the world to know because you're ashamed of it, or I don't know, whatever the situation is.
So how were you lying, or how were you lying to yourself?
I'm not drinking. I'm not smoking. People look at you, but what's going on, Lee? Oh, I'm good. But really and truly, you're not good. You're not, because you're suffering inside. A lot of us have that ability to just sit there suffering inside silently.
Did you know that you have an addiction?
No.
Was there ever a point that you before going to Jacob's Farm that you knew that you had an addiction?
Excuse me, let me just clarify that it wasn't Jacob's Farm, it was Remar Farm.
Remar's Farm,
in Bully
yes.
Tree.
Yes.
Yes. It comes to the point where you start living that lie.
Yeah.
And you're realizing that something inside of you is telling you that this is not the person you are. This is not the person you are. You could do better than this. You can change this. But like I was saying, right? A lot of people say, well, he doesn't understand or be in that situation, but trust me, what we need to do is stop lying to ourselves. If I'm going to make a commitment, make the commitment. We have a lot of tendency to like lie to ourselves, and then when we're in the program now, we make a fool of ourselves, or we're trying to make a fool of the program, and then you blame the program and this and that, the program. Excuse me, that's not true. You, as the individual, are responsible for your actions.
Yeah, and it's a part of the reason why I'm asking the questions about what the lie looked like, because based on what you're saying, I understand it's important to come to a level of truth.
Correct.
In order for the program to be effective.
Correct.
And we'll talk a bit about what the program does in terms of what you all go through. So for you, I want to know a bit more about how that lie translated into real life, whether it is that you are drinking daily or smoking daily and telling yourself, oh, this is just for stress relief, I'm okay. And then it goes from 1 bottle maybe to 2 bottles. What did that lie look like in practicality?
In reality, the lie at the first time when I first went into Remar, the lie was like, I'm sitting there, there's these other guys around me, and they're doing what they're doing. And I find myself getting caught up in it. It's like, why am I doing this? I say I'm here for a rehab or to change my life, but why am I still doing this? And when you talk to them or try to reason with them, oh, it's okay, man. That's the lie. It's okay to do it. It's okay to do it. When you know deep down inside, it's not right. And I'm starting to thinking like, okay, Lee, you said you want to rehab, you need to rehab. This is not the part. So they start labeling you as a snitch, an informer, this and that, but you have to do the right things in order for you to feel better.
Prior to joining the farm and even visiting Remar, what was the most you were drinking on a given day?
I would say about maybe 8 or 9 beers.
8 or 9 beers. Hard liquor as well?
I'm not too much of a hard liquor person because, like I explained before, it's something that I see destroyed a lot of my friends. A lot of good people, very lot of good people destroyed because of that.
No.
Bad man.
Pastor Hill, how does an addict just quit their addiction cold turkey? How do you do that?
Firstly, let me say where the lies comes in is, a lot of people call it lies. It's not really lies, it's manipulation. The biggest thing. You manipulate yourself, you manipulate everybody around you to feel sorry for you and to give you money and to listen to your stories and to listen to your lies and to fall into it. I spoke to a lady the other day, a Spanish lady, and her son is also a drug addict. And I said to her, you need to understand that sooner or later that if he can't get it outside, he's going to come back to you, he's going to come and steal from you, he's going to take everything that you've got. It is what it is. If you can't get it there, or you're going to land up in prison and you're going to come out and you can't get it out, you're going to find it somewhere else. So that is the biggest lie for me, is hurting the people that are the closest to you, or lying to the people that are the closest to you to get money from them, or to even just to get the opportunity to steal something from them. So that was the biggest lie for me. That's because I was like that. So I took every opportunity to see where I could get anything, just to get drugs or alcohol or anything like that. To get back to how do people just stop taking drugs? It's very difficult. Every person is different. Every drug is different. Every type of drink is different. So usually it takes about a maximum of 2 to 3 weeks for somebody to go through cold turkey. It's not fun, if I can say it that way. It's really not fun. It's hard. It's sore. It's mind blowing. It's everything all at the same time. But if you can get through that, it's joy from there.
What are a couple of things that must be in place for you to take that journey?
That's the thing about RIMA, or RIMA International, or RIMA Belize. You are around people continuously. We're living community. Everybody is around you all at the same time. So if you're going through a difficult time, we help each other. You speak and we help. That's what it's about. So instead of trying to take medication to replace your drug or alcohol addiction, you've got people around you to help.
Oftentimes, excuse me, oftentimes addiction serves as a means of comfort to cover other wounds that you are perhaps afraid to face, or avoiding certain traumas that you might have been carrying for years and years. And so rehabilitation, I would imagine, especially without medication, would have you face those traumas, would have you face those experiences and things that you would be suppressing.
Yes.
And
How do you go about doing that? And Lee, what was your experience?
And that's one of the most beautifulest thing, because you come to some point in time where you have to face your, I would say, your dramas. You have to face it. You just can't continue avoiding it. So when you come to that point, you have to sit down and analyze it, see where you went wrong. And the most important part, and I think Mr. Hill would agree with me, is to come to that point where you surrender to a higher power. That's one of the most important things. You have to accept that you're wrong, and you surrender to that higher power and ask, because he can't help me, you can't help me, it's only God that can help me. That's the truth, the bottom line.
Your thoughts on it?
Well, he's very correct. I can't do anything without God. I can't live the life that I have without God. Sometimes it's very difficult for me to stand up in the mornings. My wife is the same. Sometimes the pressures is a little bit too much. You understand, it's the world, it's people, it's this and that and this. So at the end of the day, for us to hold on to the Lord Jesus Christ, it's one of the biggest things that we need to do.
Amen, brother.
But at the end of the day, as I said, RIMA International, RIMA Belize, we are there to help each other. It's some days it's not easy, some days it's bad, sometimes it's very easy, sometimes it's joyous, sometimes it's easy, it's happy. Yes, I got a good day or a good hour or a good minute for that fact. But then the next 5-10 days it's not going to be good. And that's when it really comes down to us making that decision on a daily basis or a minute basis or hourly basis. Do I want to do this? Do I want to change my life? And that's what a lot of people don't understand. I didn't even understand when I went through all the rehabilitation centers until I came to RIMA. And it's not because of RIMA as in RIMA, I came to the realization that I need to change my life. If I don't change my life, I will die. The way that I was carrying on, I would have landed up in a hole somewhere, nobody would have known about me, and I would have disappeared. It's just the way it is. I'm not predicting, I'm just saying, oh, that's the way that I was carrying on. So, like you said, it's a daily basis, a daily thing that we need to make that decision. You need to make that decision. A lot of the people phone me and say, oh, my son needs to come in for rehabilitation. Let your son phone me. I will speak to him first. And let's see where he stands. Let's see if he wants to change. Let's see what is his plans. What does he want to do? What does he want to change? And that's the biggest thing. The first acknowledgement that you've got a problem. Secondly, I want to come in for rehabilitation. Thirdly, on a daily basis or hourly basis or minute basis, I want to do this. You need to make that decision over and over and over again.
Excellent. Gentlemen, you all have added so much value to our lives this morning and to that of our audience through this conversation. And so we want to thank you all so much for joining us on set and having this important conversation. Is there a phone number persons can use to get a hold of Remar or yourself?
Yeah, you can phone the office. It's 227-6123. And my cell phone number, you can phone me anytime, or my wife. For my number is 16-12-11, and my wife is 16-0516.
Excellent. Pastor Hill, Mr. Henkes, thank you both so much for joining us
And
this morning.
you guys know that there's a lot more. This is just
100%.
barely scrape it.
100% is what we do what the time allows us, but we want to thank you both so much for joining us. With that, we're going to take another break, and when we come back, it's all about Yabra Fish Market.
Yes.
You don't want to miss this conversation. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
In the heart of the Kayo district, Calico Jacks is proving that sustainability and success can go hand in hand.
When Calico Jacks wanted to move to solar energy, the biggest difficulty for us was the finance. Belize Bank believed in our vision, and we are very happy and grateful that they gave us this opportunity for the financing.
Through the Credit Risk Abatement Facility, a partnership between Belize Bank and the CARICOM Development Fund, small and medium businesses can access financing for renewable and energy-efficient solutions with reduced collateral requirements.
Here at SCSB, we're grateful for Belize Bank to make it easy for our clients to go green. We're proud to work with businesses like Calico Jacks to help them lower their costs and their carbon footprint.
At Belize Bank, we are powering Belize's transition to renewable energy, one business at a time. Together with our partners, we're making sustainable financing accessible for all.
Belize Bank, financing a greener, stronger Belize.
Look here, your kitchen light there, and you've been in the kitchen. But I'm going back in there right now. And the coffee maker? Just to try to keep my coffee warm for later. What do you do now? I'll try to think about what to eat. You know, the more you open and close the fridge, it takes longer for the food cool. For a hot day like today, it burns more energy. You charge your phone right now? No. Plug it out then. You really only wash 2-leaf socks and 1-leaf shirt? You don't know what small load burn the same amount of electricity as large loads? But this is my favorite shirt. You have to be more energy efficient. Use large loads. This AC, they blow hard. You know, if you keep the temperature at 25 degrees Celsius or higher, you burn less energy and you also keep the place cool. And for a nice day like today, turn off the AC, open up the house and make some fresh breeze come in.
You know what? I think I get it now. As consumers, we need to be more energy efficient and practice energy conservation.
In May, make Benny's your one-stop shop for appliances. Get amazing deals for mom and appliances all May long. Benny's, quality and savings.
Welcome back. We are jumping into our next conversation, and the long wait has ended. Yabra's fish market has gotten a permanent market. We are joined this morning by some representatives to talk about what this new beginning will look like and has been looking like so far. We are here with Evan Thompson. He's the councillor representing the Belize City Council. We also have with us Director of Communications from the Belize City Council, Erin Garnett Miller. Lovely to have you back, Miss Erin. And then we have here with us as well a manager from the Yabra market, Delroy Herrera, and a vendor himself, a Yabra fish vendor, Mr. Joseph Brown. Guys, thanks so much for joining us and welcome. Mr. Joseph said the one and only. The one and only, Mr. Brown. Right. Guys, this is exciting. I believe, Paul, you were the one on the scenes when the inauguration took place, and you know, a lot of people in Yabra, they're excited about this new development. Not only for vendors, but I think just people in general, they want to come to this new place where we would have once kind of not even know what the purpose of it was for. We were talking about that here. And now we can see fresh life, new life in this particular location. Perhaps we could set the scene on the Yabra fish market and what it is and what people can expect, aside from the name itself. I don't know if we want to begin with you, Erin.
Sure. So we recently launched this market towards the ending of last month. It's such a great community-based project, obviously made possible by our council with the support, our market councillor, and of course our market manager, and obviously with Mr. Brown and the team. This space really offers just a cleaner, more welcoming, and more organized place for them to sell the fish, right? These vendors have been doing this forever without us. And the goal was really just to see how we could improve this experience for them, how we could improve the community, and that's really how this came about. Like with our community projects, the most important thing to do first is to listen before acting. And so the first thing we did was to bring the fishermen to this space before the work took place, what they wanted from it, what you want to call it. And so that's really how all of this started.
Nice.
What's a day like in the life of a Yabra fisherman, Mr. Brown?
Well, to start with, it's sunny.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta go out, fish. It's a hell of a job, and when you come in to sell your product, it's another waiting, like you're at sea fishing again, wait the customers come in. And then, well, most of all, it's like Ms. Miller said, it's a new development and improvement in the neighborhood. And when the customer come in, they always also can drive in and park their vehicle while purchasing their fish. They got kids, carry back at the park, you know. It's, when I say we get some new customer, I think due to the attractment at the market, you know.
How was it? So how was it before the market?
Oh, well, we was sun, in the sun, when rain, you got a shelter under the Chinese shop, you know.
How long have you been a fisherman, Mr. Brown?
I say like about 40 odd years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I know Paul asked what a regular day is like, but how early would you go out? Do you go out every single day?
Like 4 or 3 times for a week. Well, I mostly, my age group now, I buy and sell. Yeah, it's much easier that way.
Than to be out there and then have to come in and sell it. But no, but it's important that's good because then you partner you partner with the fishermen, so
Yes, yes.
they understand that once they come in with a catch, that
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Bronco handle
Yes,
the business
yes,
after
sure.
that, and then all that we get for eat, right? That's how it works.
Yeah.
So, for you, Mr. Thompson, as the counselor responsible for markets, why was it important to see that this initiative come through for this community?
Well, it really add a beautiful aesthetic to the Yabra era, right? And it also boosts civic pride, right? Because we were told that, oh, the fishermen won't take care of this place, it's gonna be run down, and they actually love it. The area, you notice, like, as soon as you're coming down from Albert Street towards Yabra, the first thing you're gonna see is the fish market. If you're coming from Caesar Ridge, the first thing you're gonna see is the fish market, and it stands out in the area. And now all the communities are cleaning up their drains and streets, and everything it boosts the civic pride for the residents, no?
Yeah.
How many fishermen do we have in that community that are utilizing the market?
As of now, we have space for 6 vendors. We can hold 7, but we don't want it to be overcrowded, so 6 vendors are in there currently. You know, and it's really boosting and uplifting their lives, because we could have did it the old-fashioned way with just giving them coolers and ice box to sell the traditional way, but instead the mayor said, you know, I think we need to upgrade these people's life. We offered them freezers so that, you know, the fish and stuff that don't perish, and you know.
Yeah. So you all offered freezers, this full facility,
Upgraded plumbing, upgraded electrical, fresh paint, brand new sign. So yeah, the full package.
The freezers
new screen doors as
the-
well to help with managing flies, stuff like that, right?
So how does it work with the freezers and the
Each vendor has their own freezers that the council is providing, and they are paying $1 per day for this rental. Again, the goal really here, as you know, we are big on local economic development, and so the goal was really to focus on affordability and longevity. And so the $1 a day, we think, you know, this will work.
Yeah, don't gloss over that. Talk a bit about what the impact of that. Well, actually, let me get this from Mr. Brown.
Yeah.
How much do you pay for rent that space, then, Mr. Brown, and what that fee mean to you?
Well, it's a good improvement for us with our pocket paying. It's only $30 a month.
$30 a month.
It's like $1 a day.
$1 a day.
And inside we have also, they left out a big cooling fan so that the customer can, you know, and keep away the flies and stuff.
How have you been managing to pay that $1 a day?
Come on, that's
yeah, I mean, I have to get
you're
it.
drinking a beer a day, or you're messing around and then just $1, you know, you gotta overlook that.
Yeah.
So it's very affordable.
Yes, man.
To
Come on.
you, in your view.
And it's the only one in the town or the district, I would say, you know. I say thanks to the mayor again and its team, the deputy mayor, its team, market manager, everyone, you know.
I wish I could find $1 a day rent.
I mean, right?
It's really uplift the neighborhood, the area, you know.
Yeah. I want to get Mr. Herrera in the conversation. Market manager, what does your role look like managing this new project and ensuring that the morale that is currently here stays this way?
Well, it has been a very exciting journey because I remember taking over the market, and the narrative was that, like what the councillor said, you invest in these locations and communities and it won't pull through. Within 3 months, everything will ruffle. Seeing Mr. Brown going at the market 6 in the morning, cleaning up the market, you know. Mr. Brown to get time once every clean the market and stuff like that. We have other vendors who come into the market, the other 5 vendors, they go out and they bring the fresh catch. So the market, the atmosphere of what I'm managing in the market, compared to the noise in the market and what is happening now, it's a beautiful thing, and it's something that we need to continue to look forward to and expand that market eventually. Depends on what we are doing, right, councillor? We can expand that market, probably get a couple more, 3-4 more vendors and market fisher vendors, and let's do something. And
Has there been interest from other vendors? Because 6, I mean, I could imagine so many other people who watch right now and say, me want a cooler too,
Correct.
or me want freezer too, I want to pay $1 rent too, you know? What's the conversations from other vendors right now?
Well, everybody wants a space, right? Like we have spaces, we have booths at the Michael Finnegan Market, booths out at Digipark, Memorial Park, and it's a constant thing where people are asking and wanting to rent spaces and open their small business and stuff like that. We're trying to look for more social projects like these. You know, it's not meant to try to benefit, because you would ask about the $1 a rent day, like if it makes any sense. But the council, and the mayor, that we're all about the people, right? And the social projects are not meant to benefit from the people or profit off their backs, right? So we have a team, Miss Erin and everyone, looking for the next project one after, even before it finishes. We're always looking for the next one. So they can look out for projects coming soon. I think we have our Mahogany Street Market that's about to be launched soon. That's another one. I kind of spilled the tea on that, but it's coming soon. It's going to be a corner of Western Avenue.
Continue to
Western
spill the
Avenue
tea.
and Western Avenue and Mahogany Street, right? So you can look out for that one.
Yeah, I mean this is what the community expects. The community expects to see their tax money at work, right? And so if you go and you try to put a huge price tag on it, then people are ask, all right, so why to pay tax? And one of the defer, we elect on the defer for just do these things and then reap off away and we done the pay taxes, right? So it's encouraging to see that you all have made it so accessible to these fishermen in this community, fisher folks, because you also have women that are very much involved in this trade. Mr. Herrera, how would you describe the impact of this market to this community from your perspective?
One of the greatest things that we can see, because there are entrepreneurs who are trying to enter these small entities to probably get funds to boost or fix what they have and stuff like that. Having the guys now on contract, they can now use that contract because they have a physical address, a place of business. They can now walk into these financial institutions and apply for loans for their boats if they need fixing and stuff like that. Previously, being on the canal side and just slanging from day to day and catch and kill and whatever the case may be, it's very hard for them to just walk into these financial institutions and ask that we want something to just assist us at 2,000, 3,000, whatever they are looking for. And so that now the impact on that they have, that they're on contract, they are now not only hearing that they're entrepreneur, they know now because they have a contract with the
legitimizes.
They legitimize it.
Yeah.
Yes, so right.
What does that mean for you, Mr. Brown, to be able to have that step even further?
That's a big boost for us, you know. Like you say, I always think, well, maybe I could get a loan or, you know, to buy bigger, catch a fish and move on like that, and, you know, maybe get a vehicle after all to move back and forth. So I say that's a big goal for us to can get a loan.
And when you as a vendor get support like this, how does it influence the way you sell? If somebody comes and says, well, this is what I got and I need for make a purchase, I might not got all, how does it influence you to give back to the community yourself?
Well, we have different price, you know. We sell for the lower class people, they got $3, $5,
okay,
6, 8 to suit, you know, the lower class people needs, you know.
So you could go there for, get something for $3?
Yes, sir.
What I could get for $3?
I don't lower class.
Wait, Mr. Brown, what I could get for $3?
Well, like this size, so,
yeah.
You know. $3, yeah.
And I don't know if you guys have noticed Mr. Brown's shirt. He's very on theme.
Yeah, I was
today.
watching it from earlier. I was like, you know what, I love it. So say he don't man will enjoy what I see. Well, gentlemen, this is exciting. I want to go back to Mr. Thompson and just reflect on what perhaps we can expect again in future projects, ones just like this, what people can anticipate, future vendors who would like to collaborate with the City Council as well.
Well, this Yabra Fish Market is just to show you that the council is listening to the people, right? And they know that we are in the area, because the Yabra residents might have never expected this, and they might think that the council wasn't looking, and one day we just popped up and now we have a viral fish market that, you know. So the residents can look out for future projects. Like I said, we have the Mahogany Street Market launching soon. It's almost going to be like a plaza, a little bit different from the booths you see on the Mahogany Street. And we have a few others. I can't spill the tea on those. But yeah, they can look out, and we're in the community looking for other areas that we can improve, right? So.
All right. Well, we are now closing off this conversation, but it has been a wonderful opportunity to hear from each and every one of you, and even, you know, from a vendor himself who is being impacted by this project. Thank you guys so much for taking the time, and we wish you guys all the best.
All right, thank you for having us.
All right, we move things along. We have another conversation to look forward to after the break. When we come back, we are looking at a new direction for the Belize Diabetes Association.
Haven't updated your information recently? Well, kick off the new year as a winner. RF&G Insurance is giving you a free chance to win every month. Entering is easy. Just chat with us on WhatsApp and update your information. That's it. You'll be automatically entered into our monthly raffle for a chance to win awesome prizes. Don't wait. Message us on WhatsApp and update your info today. RF&G Insurance. It pays to get it right.
Life moves fast. Your connection should keep up. Need more credit? More data? A flex bundle that fits your lifestyle? With Smart Prepaid, they're a prepaid option for every lifestyle and budget, making it easy to stay connected wherever you are. Because with Smart Prepaid, you can connect on your terms. Purchase credit, data, flex bundles, prepaid plans, and all your favorite prepaid services at any Smart agent, Smart showroom, or simply dial *100# key. No stress, no waiting. Just fast, easy, convenient ways to stay connected every day. Smart Prepaid. Connect on your terms.
We at Fulltech Systems understand that technology isn't just a tool, it's a game changer. At home, smart devices and AI are revolutionizing daily life. In education, tech is making learning more interactive and accessible for students and educators alike. For businesses and government, it's driving innovation, streamlining operations, and unlocking growth, leveraging tech for better services, infrastructure, and security. At Fulltech Systems, we help you thrive with cutting-edge solutions, partnering with leaders like Dell, HP, Microsoft, APC, Fortinet, Cisco, and Tomy Inc. We deliver the right products for your needs, whether it's boosting efficiency, improving customer engagement, or scaling operations. Connect with us and let's drive innovation together. Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you come for the price, but stay for the service.
Belize wakes up connected to opportunity. And across our country, the work to keep Belize connected continues. SMART continues expanding our network across the country, bringing stronger coverage to more communities. With recent service enhancements in areas at Blue Creek and Progresso, Belize City, Orange Walk, and more on the way. Where bringing education closer to home, empowering entrepreneurs to grow their businesses, supporting industries that drive our economy, and keeping families connected wherever life takes them. With every expansion, we are investing in the infrastructure that moves Belize forward. Because connection isn't just about signal, it's about opportunity, progress, and the future we are building together. SMART, bringing people together.
The future is calling. Belize Bank. Your future, our commitment.
Electricity is essential for everyday life, but behind every outlet, a lot is happening to bring you safe, reliable, and sustainable energy. Let's start at the beginning. Independent power producers across Belize generate electricity using a mix of renewable and non-renewable resources. Electricity travels across a network of high-voltage transmission lines capable of transmitting electricity across long distances. Electricity then reaches your nearest substation, where it is adjusted to a lower voltage, making it safe to travel on the distribution lines you see in your community. From there, electricity makes its final journey from the distribution lines to your home, providing you with safe and reliable power when you need it. Belize Electricity Limited. We continue to serve you.
With everything going on in a day, it's easy to overlook a renewal date. That's why Home Protector Insurance sends a simple reminder to help keep you on track. Home Protector Insurance. If it's worth something, insure it.
Calling all the young stars across the Stan Creek District. This is your moment. Open Your Eyes Summerfest 2026 auditions are heading to the culture capital, Dangriga. Join us on May 16th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Elejo Beni Park and show us what you've got. Singing, dancing, drumming, poetry, acting, whatever your talent is, we want to see it. This is all about the kids, the energy, and the future stars of Belize shining bright. Bring your confidence, bring your vibes, and bring the family to cheer you on. Don't miss your chance to be a part of Open Your Eyes Summerfest 2026. It all starts at the audition.
Welcome back, guys. We're jumping into our next conversation, and it's discussing a new direction, a new generation for the Belize Diabetes Association. We have here with us Tylan Tillett. He's the recent president-elect for the Belize Diabetes Association. We'll also be joined virtually by Anna Cortez. She's the office manager for the association as well. Tylan.
Good morning, guys.
A pleasure having you here, Miss Anna. A pleasure having you virtually. I feel like it's a breath of fresh air, you know. I feel the new generation. I feel the youth with we, yeah? And I'm excited for you. We've had you on the couch here with us before, representing the Belize Diabetes Association, speaking from a member's standpoint, speaking from, you know, having diabetes yourself, so you know what this experience is like. And I'm looking forward to seeing what this new direction, as we are calling it, will be for the BDA. Let's begin with the recent announcement that you are now president. I understand there was an election in April.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about why you decided to put yourself forward, if you did, to lead the organization.
Well, a year ago, I became intensely involved with the Belize Diabetes Association. They had a foot clinic at the KHMH where I work. And I've had some foot amputations, two amputations, sorry. And so I was interested in a clinic, and that got me enrolled with them. The past president of the BDA, Mr. Castillo, started talking to me about filling in for educational sessions. The association has a monthly educational session, which is the last Saturday of every month, and we cover various topics, and that's how I got involved. Never really expected it to get so deep in the organization, but I'm a 27-year insulin dependent diabetic, and so I noticed that it was starting to really reel me in. I didn't go into the organization. The organization kind of sucked me in, and I didn't fight it. And when the election was coming up, we have an election every 3 years at an AGM, and I said, man, I'm already involved, and there was encouragement from past executive members and people within the organization, and I decided to run, and it brought in a new executive, and I kind of look at it as a generational change, because the executive members that were elected or nominated are typically younger than me. I think I'm the oldest one.
Wow.
Yeah, so and I'm excited to have younger persons involved, although our membership is primarily made up of persons a little older than me, but given what the Ministry of Health statistics is saying, non-communicable diseases are starting to affect persons primarily between the ages of 25 to 35. And so I feel like the new executive is just right for the time that we're trying to engage these people. Because when they're between 25 and 35, you still think you're invincible. You're not realizing that, hey,
Yeah.
at the
You
start,
don't think long term as much.
or somebody that said the check engine light, they look for command.
How do you plan to chart the way forward as the new head of this association?
Well, in January of this year, the association employed the services of Miss Anna that is with us virtually. She comes with a wealth of experience from the previous work that she did, and you guys can ask her about that. And so we are picking up steam. We are trying to make the public more aware of our presence, what we do, where we are, and how we can affect your life as a diabetic that are typical members, type 1 and type 2 diabetics. But also persons are encouraged to join the association that is not necessarily directly afflicted by this disease, so you can start taking care of the persons around you. But we have Miss Anna that can
If my memory serves me correctly, Miss Anna was also involved in another association as well. I believe it was Kidney. Miss Anna, talk to us about the work that you are doing or have been doing in all these associations, and how it's connected even.
Morning, and thank you again. Yes, remember at the beginning, I was with the Kidney Association of Belize. I worked with them for a little over 8 years. And that brought me, close to a lot of people, a vulnerable community. And therefore, when I went over to diabetes, it's like I'm working with the same people, doing this, offering the same services, trying to help them, whenever it comes to their supplies. Where diabetes, we do glucose, so we offer supplies. But I think it's the same work that I was doing over at the other association, and I normally I work closely with other NGOs, NPOs, and government entities. So we all try to work together to assist as many people as we can, to bring them closer, to give them educational awareness, to give them counseling, to offer as many services as we could. Now at the Diabetes Association, as Satilit mentioned, I started in January. And so it's like a reboost of the association. We have a new board of directors. I welcome them. I will be working very closely with them, and we are trying to bring in new ideas, new initiatives, new fundraiser events. We need funds to continue our project. So there you go, people. We need your support.
Yeah, and hopefully we can expand on that in a little bit. But Tylon, I want to go back to you because professionally, you are also public relations officer for the Carl Huster Memorial Hospital. And I'm curious to know if you feel that there is any perhaps influence that your role professionally could bring to your role as president as well of the BDA.
To answer that question, I have to tell you guys what is the mental trip behind that. When I started working at the KHMH, I saw persons with no legs, that are blind from diabetes. And every day that I walked into the KHMH made me think, oh, this is going to be my future.
Yeah.
And so sometimes, I don't know if you guys watch Dexter, but Dexter refers to his killer instincts as his dark passenger. So I always looked at diabetes as my dark passenger that would be sitting on my shoulders for the rest of my life, and it had a negative connotation. Because at the KHMH, you get to see the end results of persons who are not in the best shape. I won't say that are not taking care of themselves, because that's how Belizeans would describe it. But I see people in the end stage of this disease.
Or more extreme cases, results of it.
The results of it, yes. And so becoming part of the association made me change my mentality to that dark passenger. I said, you know what? This gives me an opportunity to talk to persons. I've seen both ends of this. I see the person who has diabetes at the beginning, and I see where this disease can take you. And all of us are sliding down a hill. We're getting older, but you can slide down that hill fast or slowly, depending on the management that you put in. And so, to say something personal again, I was diagnosed in the US. So what happened? Somebody sat with me and gave me a 2-hour education session. That does not necessarily happen here. You find out you have diabetes, somebody comes in and says, okay, you have sugar, take their pills. And so I believe that knowing how to take care of yourself is a big thing. You understand me? Giving you the information. And so these education sessions are important, and being at the KHMH, I see these people in ward, I can go and talk to them. It takes nothing off of my day to stop and say, hey, are you doing this? Are you doing that? You know you're not supposed to eat so much rice. You know you're not supposed to eat so much bread. So it's kind of like I've been working for the association unofficially, in a sense, in my own context.
Just through advocacy.
Yeah.
Tylon, I want to ask you this, right? And perhaps, again, it's speaking to your own personal experience, but walk me through what someone with diabetes who might be in like that resistance, no one accept that they have to make the lifestyle change. What kind of go through your mind if you know you can't eat their certain this amount of rice or their sweet stuff, and then you know if you do eat it that this will happen to you? Why do they still do it?
Like I said, I've been a diabetic for 27 years, and there was a long time where I was in denial about my condition, and I said, you know what, this now run my life. I want to eat what I want, and I want to do what I want. And it's called a silent killer for that reason, because you don't see the results of what will happen to you right away. And so it's years upon years of high glucose that the results of this disease shows up. And so it is very important for persons to realize that if you take care of yourself now, you'll be here for your family. I'm a man. I can talk from a male perspective. As men, we grind for our families, we're out there working hard, but we put our health on the back burner because we're grinding for our families, and we don't check ourselves, and that takes away time from being with the very loved ones that you're grinding your life away from, for, you understand me? And so it's important. And so, like, for example, in June of this year, June is Father's Day month, we want to focus on testing meals at the different facilities. We want to go to West Track on a Saturday morning when guys are buying parts. And hey, you want to get tested? We want to put out hashtags, hey, get that tested. We want to encourage the younger generation, get your part tested, because that the word about fix the house, fix the car, make sure everything to work, you know. Yes, he's prioritizing his health, but it's somewhere down the ladder. And so we want to go to all these places. We want to check the police officers, the National Teachers Union. We want to make sure that people have a baseline for the health that they know. But oftentimes people will tell you that they don't want to know. You understand? And I understand that people have a lot on their plate to find out that you have a chronic disease, but this is taking your life.
Yeah.
And so you have to make that transition.
I think there's a culture around it too, though. I mean, you were talking earlier before we went live about kind of like the shame even that people have around diabetes, and so the plan for change that. Tylon, tell me what you want. You say you want to print out a shirt. What the shirt can say?
I wanted to print a shirt, and it's just an idea, but it's growing on me.
You should do it. I'm telling you.
My shirt is going to say, I'm a sugar daddy. Ask me about diabetes education.
Yes.
Right? Because it's an opportunity for me to shine my light to the world. I'm a diabetic. That's not, in my case, I've learned to say that's not a bad thing. But technically, once upon a time, people would say, oh, you got sugar, that means you're weak, or you want to pass out, or no, it's a chance for me to tell everybody, because everybody, guys, has a family member that is affected by diabetes or hypertension.
No, I wanna bring back Ms. Cortez into the conversation. I don't want her to feel left out. Just to tell us a bit about how people can support the association.
Okay, I will first start by telling you where we are located so people can be aware that we have an office. So we are located at 44 Central American Boulevard, Corner Central American Boulevard on Mahogany. Right in front of Dr. I think it's Usher, Dr.
Okay.
Usher.
Yes, I'm familiar.
But we are right there, and you can call us at 670-9239. Those and 203-3333. Those are the numbers that you can call. You can also look for us on Facebook. We have our Facebook page, Belize Diabetes Association. We're currently working on our website, but it will soon be up there. Now, how you can donate to us? We will be, you can either call us and we will give you all the information, banking information, or all the information you need, or you can visit the Facebook. I am going to ask, well, we are going to post things on the Facebook telling you how you can donate. Currently, we are just organizing ourselves in how to carry out fundraiser events. We are just starting. Remember the elections just happened, so we are newly renovating everything. But we will be out there advertising it to the public.
All right, well, great things ahead for the Belize Diabetes Association. Ms. Cortez, Mr. Tillett, we want to thank you both so much for joining us and having this important conversation. I think it's important that our viewers see the faces and build that connection. And so when they meet you on the streets, they could build a relationship with you all. We see you on TV, we hear your hearts, and we understand that you all are passionate about this work. So thank you both so much for joining us this morning.
Yeah, in closing, I would like to say the BDA is centralized in Belize City, but we're a national organization. If you are a diabetic, register with us, join the association. We have education sessions. We provide footwear at times. We provide medication assistance at times. There are a lot of benefits to joining the association. Feel free to call us and come in and see how we can help you, right? And that's the thing that I would like to leave the entire country with. Reach out and we will be there for you.
Excellent. Man, thank you so much. With that, we're going to take another break, and when we come back, it's all about the Belize City Defenders. We're going to wrap this morning up having a basketball conversation. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Some hands do more than carry. They prepare, they fix, they comfort. They keep a home moving in ways few people notice. And even when the day is done, they are still thinking of home. For the months of May and June, we celebrate the hands that hold the home together, offering you 25% off on tiles, lights, fans, ACs, gardening supplies, and more, both in-store and online. Thank you, moms and dads, from Builders Hardware.
The success of my business means a lot to my family, especially my brother, because I'm continuing his legacy, making butterfly art collages. It was very hard for me to receive payments. I had to go directly to meet the person I'm purchasing from and who I'm selling to receive payment. Because I opened my business account with Atlantic Bank, now I can make and receive payments online, and this has made my job much easier.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Belize wakes up connected to opportunity. And across our country, the work to keep Belize connected continues. SMART continues expanding our network across the country, bringing stronger coverage to more communities. With recent service enhancements in areas at Blue Creek and Progresso, Belize City, Orange Walk, and more on the way. We're bringing education closer to home, empowering entrepreneurs to grow their businesses, supporting industries that drive our economy, and keeping families connected wherever life takes them. With every expansion, we are investing in the infrastructure that moves Belize forward. Because connection isn't just about signal, it's about opportunity, progress, and the future we are building together. SMART, bringing people together.
In the heart of the Kaya district, Calico Jacks is proving that sustainability and success can go hand in hand.
When Calico Jacks wanted to move to solar energy, the biggest difficulty for us was the finance. Belize Bank believed in our vision, and we are very happy and grateful that they gave us this opportunity for the financing.
Through the Credit Risk Abatement Facility, a partnership between Belize Bank and the CARICOM Development Fund, small and medium businesses can access financing for renewable and energy-efficient solutions with reduced collateral requirements.
Here at SCSB, we're grateful for Belize Bank to make it easier for our clients to go green. We're proud to work with businesses like Calico Jacks to help them lower their costs and their carbon footprint.
At Belize Bank, we are powering Belize's transition to renewable energy, one business at a time. Together with our partners, we're making sustainable financing accessible for all.
Belize Bank, financing a greener, stronger Belize.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying tuned with us. This is our final conversation for this morning, and we have the Belize City Defenders joining us on set this morning. We are joined by Marketing Director at the Defenders, John Marsden, and he brought two players with him. In fact, we have 4 players in the building.
But
we have 2 on set.
They're too tall to
Yes,
make it on the couch.
we have Bobby Williams and we have Raul Vanegas. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
So the Belize City Defenders is on the road to 8 straight victories, and this weekend the Kaya Western Ballers will be standing in your way and hoping to stop you all from reaching 8 straight victories. how do you all intend to make this a reality?
Hoping to stop us?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I'm sure that's their plan this time around. We don't want them to do that.
The 8th victim in a row.
The 8th victim in a row.
Yeah.
How do you all plan to do that?
So, fun fact, they were the last team to beat the Defenders. Before the Defenders went on this 7-game winning streak, we lost to the Cayo Western Ballers at Cayo, right? So, that's the last time we lost was to the Cayo Western Ballers. So this is our payback for them.
Wow.
Right, this is what we're telling our players. The last time they played us though, we did not have the same basketball team. Right, we had 2 other international players. We've brought in 2 new international players, Bobby being one, and then AJ as the other one. So the team is completely reconstructed. The team has a new focus. The team is newly revitalized, hungry, angry, wanting to prove a point. It's unfinished business for the Defenders, and we continue our quest to what we want to do, with Cayo being our next victim.
No, victim. Gentlemen, I want to get you guys in the conversation from the player standpoint. What does it feel like right now? This winning streak, hoping for the 8th one to come along. How do you feel? Do you feel like it's going to be an easy game, or is it still fighting to prove a point, as John mentioned?
Well, boiling down to the playoff, then also an easy game because everybody they try and make the top 4.
Yeah.
Because only 4 teams make the playoff.
Wow.
And the race tight right now, so it could be for any 4 teams.
Yeah.
So the pressure is there, but I mean the team what we have, we prepare for it, and I mean we still have unfinished business because our main goal, they want championship. So, but we feel confident, and with the team and the work we put in, we believe we could do it.
And Bobby, how do you not get too confident and get comfortable?
We're always competing in practice. 1, trying to push each other to our limits every day. And 2, I just think we take each game day by day, week by week. I don't think we get too ahead of ourselves. Kyle is just the next team in our way, and we're just going to keep going.
How have you adjusted to this configuration of the Defenders, and what's your thoughts on it?
It didn't take quite much adjusting. I think the Defenders makes all their players feel like family. I think the fans make everyone feel like they're part of something bigger than themselves. And our team chemistry all together is well. So I don't think there's like much adjustment. I think like we all kind of just clicked at the right moment and we're rolling.
Yeah, for you, John, what shifted after you all started the season with a losing streak?
Number of things. One, of course, we had new additional players. That's probably
the main thing.
One of the key components to this. With the addition of AJ and Bobby, they both brought in stuff that we lacked, right? Nigel has always been our franchise leader on the team. He has a much more relaxed, easier role now, but he can. You can't double team Nigel and leave Bobby open. You can't double team Nigel and leave AJ open, because then the teams know that these guys are capable of hurting us as well. So teams have a much more harder time to guard the 5 people that are on the court at any given time. I mean, 1 through 12, my team, you put anybody in the lineup, they can come and hurt you. So it's a much harder team to defend, and the unity of the team is what to me is the most impressive thing that I love about the team, right? This team, you touch one all the corner, you talk trash to one, the rest and then the corner. If you understand the level of competition where the workouts have, it's funny for watch, and like sometimes after watching like, all right, calm down, we play each other, right? But it's a level of competition where each other igniting, everybody ignite each other. Raul and go at Cam, Bobby and go at Nigel, Shane and go at Bungie. Everybody compete with each other. Everybody push each other for got that extra fire. So when we go up on the court, one player can not push we want to push past and easy.
What's at stake here with this game where the playoff is concerned?
So the league is so powerful at the top, right? You have 5 teams battling for 4 positions, right? any one loss could drop you from number 1 to number 5. Right? So the right now the teams that are playing, you have Orange Walk Running Rebels at number 1, you have Kaya Western Ballers at number 2, you have the Belize City Defenders at number 3, and you have the San Pedro Tiger Sharks at number 4, and Hunting in the midst of Dangriga. Any one loss put you from in the playoffs to out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right? Although we have a 7-game win streak, we're still number 3 in the league. Right? So we win, we go to number 1. In Orange Walk lose and drop to number 4. It's just like that's how it goes.
Yeah. You lose and others continue to win, then you could end up that 5 easy.
The shift. So each game is important.
Yeah.
And we encourage our fans because our fans play an important role for we. Right? One, when the guys might be not having the best night, you hear people in the fans, yo, Bobby, let's go, Bobby, push. And then that one ignite Bobby's mentality, yo, I can't let my fans down, I gotta push. Yo, I will play some defense, you know, like we might not necessarily acknowledge what people are saying, but it helps your psyche, it helps your ego, it helps you get an extra boost of energy, right? The fans are the six man for the team.
Indeed. Nice. So, and now we're inviting fans to come out on Saturday night. Tell us what can be expected on Saturday night.
So Saturday, so the first 100 fans that come into the arena gets a free horn. If I know when I go play the Kayo is a hostile environment. Man, the fans and the top of you with the horns and everything, they see like they're right top, like then they're literally, they know, ears to blow their hands.
So we need to give our hands.
So we need to give out our hands now for make we get back for them. One thing with Kayo bring their fans, and Kayo fans loud. So when they come, they were full arena with the song. So we need to full back the arena with more song than it, so we can impress Kayo and say, no matter we think our gym loud, Belize City Defenders gym even louder.
What does it mean to play upon your own gym right now, like at Civic Center for the 8th game?
So it gives us an advantage. Our players, like I said, very dedicated to this. We got 7-8 man to show up the shoot around. So this is our home. This is where we comfortably shoot. This is where we practice every day at. Right there when the gym is available, after that. Yeah. But this is where we practice, right? So we have to make this count.
Yeah.
Right? Like we said, the games are so important that each game means something.
So you were saying, first 100 players get the horn. What else?
We have memorabilia to sell. We have our ton of sticks to sell. We have the keychains to sell. If you want a defender's keychain, and I'll bring my one today, but you'll get that to sell. VIP seating is $25, courtside is $50, general admission is $10, and kids is only $5. Right? We encourage our fans. We need, the AC and the Civic is very cold, so you don't have to worry about the heat.
Yeah.
We got cold drinks available, waiters available, so you don't have to get up. Just holler for a waitress or a waiter, yo, please get a drink, please help me serve something, just we try to make it most user friendly, family friendly, safe. We got roughly about 15-20 police officers at the game, so nothing should happen at any game. Anything happen, we correct that quickly and move on with the game. After the game done, we're going to celebrate the defenders win with our after party at the Shisha 8, or we have Project X actually happen at night as well. Right? But we encourage our fans, come out. The defenders are playing for a championship for the Belize City team. It would be our first championship. It means a lot. We know our fans support us. We want to give our fans what we think they deserve. And come out, we need the fans. We need We want to make barbecue at Kyle Saturday. So, I want Raul and so Raul is one of the leaders on the team.
Yes.
One of the longest here. He, Nigel, they are probably the 2 longest on the team. John Kelly is one of the longest on the team. So these guys know how to lead the team, right? They're one of our leaders that we look for.
And it would be great to see those guys hold up a championship after giving so much to this team.
Facts.
All right.
Yeah, all right. Well, yeah. I mean, exciting times ahead for Saturday night. Raul, Bobby, all the guys in studio, we want to wish you all the best. You're on the road to 8th. I know the Western Ballers won't make it easy. They have some really good players. And the last time you all met, they defeated you all. Let me just remind you of that, just so you get your head in the game. But this time around, I'm sure you could put off a really good show for the fans. And so I want to thank you all so much for joining us on set this morning.
All right. Well, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure having you guys here as always, and we might be right there watching, right,
Yeah,
Paul?
of course.
Yeah, we got for Wheelie Han too.
Yeah.
All right, we ride with defenders. All right, guys. Well, we do have to wrap things up at this time. It's been a wonderful morning. It is May 14th, and if you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you'd like to give a birthday shout out, or if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can send us an email at oye@greaterbelize.com.
You can also catch us live on Facebook every weekday morning at Open Your Eyes BC, or Instagram for all the behind the scenes content at OYE Belize. We even have TikTok, that's openyoureyes.bz.
And we also have a phone number as well. That's 675-2555. But please do us a favor and join us again tomorrow for What the Friday, when you open your eyes
and start your morning right.
Until then, keep your eyes, your mind,
and your hearts open.
Have a wonderful Thursday, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Bye.
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by the Belize Bank, our country, your bank, and Smart, bringing people together.